self-sustaining. We don't want to be reliant on the big corporations and the government anymore because we can't trust them. They are steadily reducing the quality of the water, the quality of the air, the quality of the food. Everything they're reducing. Next thing you know, this WIPO treaty is going to come out, and there's going to be a very big clamp down on freedom of speech on the internet. So soon, we don't know. We might not be able to get through anymore. We have to give the knowledge now, all of it. You have to take that knowledge now. I've been telling the students on the evening darshans to download all of our videos, download all of our material, our texts, our books, the Veda base, everything. Download it all and make a separate archive. Because we don't know how much longer freedom of speech on the internet is going to last. We don't know how much longer anything is going to last. We cannot trust the present civilization to go on. We can't trust it that it's going to work. We have to make our own arrangement, take our own responsibility for our welfare. It's not up to them anymore, it's up to us. And if we don't take care of it, it's not going to be taken care of. And if we don't do it, it's not going to get done. If we don't have adequate access to fresh water and good food, then it's not going to be there for us. We're going to starve. Try to understand. These things are like a year or 2 years away at the absolute most. Depends on where you are. When civilizations fall, they don't fall all at once. They fall into little pieces. They fragment. Right now, there's this global culture that's more or less coherent. Everywhere you go, there's a McDonald's. Everywhere you go, you know, there's a Walmart. But these things are going to fail one by one. Cities are going to break off. They're already talking about bulldozing whole sections of Detroit. They're talking about downsizing the cities. Where are the people who lose their homes going to live? Nobody knows. You see, it's up to you to take care of that. It's up to you to take care of yourself and the people that you care about. And there's safety in numbers. There's security in a community. You see? If you're alone, if you're in a nuclear family situation, you're doomed. You're not going to make it. I've been telling these things now for years. And nobody's listening. Well, you better start listening, because the time is almost here when you're going to have to follow this advice or you're not going to make it. This is just plain good advice. It's always a good idea to be self-reliant. It's never a good idea to place your trust in big organizations whose only motive is profit. Because they will screw you. They'll cheat you just to get their profit. When times get tough, their own people are going to take the money and run. This is business. Business means cheating. Business means you get a profit at all costs. And usually the first thing to go is ethics, morals, wisdom, spiritual values. That's the first thing they dump overboard when times get rough. So we're saying, take these spiritual values, build a community on it, and you'll see, if you build it, they will come. To coin a phrase. That is very annoying. You have to fix that. Is there some kind of fastener back here? Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a screw back here that needs to be tightened. Get a screwdriver and tighten that up, please. So you see our mood. If we see something broken, fix it. Don't wait. Don't put up with it. People are putting up with bad water full of fluoride and all kinds of garbage. We get our water right from a mountain stream. There's no additives. There's no chlorine, no fluorine, no nothing. It's pure. That's real water. You see? So we're not drugged out here. We're sober. We're on the natch. We're down. We're straight. So you have to get a well. You have to get access to real water. You have to start a food bank or some kind of food supply that you can rely on. You need at least a year or maybe 2 years of food supplies like flour, grain, rice. Yeah, that's good. Thank you. You can make ghee from butter, and that'll last forever. You get grain, and the way you do it is you pack it in carbon dioxide. You get those 5-gallon buckets that they use it for restaurant supplies. You can get them at the hardware store, and you get organic grain in big bags, and then you put it in those 5-gallon containers almost up to the top. You leave about an inch on the top, and then you get some dry ice. Dry ice is solid carbon dioxide. You get a cooler, insulated cooler, and you go down to the restaurant supply place, and you get some dry ice. Put it in the cooler, take it home, take a piece of paper and put it on top of the grain, and put a piece of dry ice on the top, and then put the cover on the bucket loosely. And what happens is, as the dry ice vaporizes, it doesn't melt, it vaporizes. It's heavier than air, and it's also cold. So it will go down, it'll sink down to the bottom of the container and push all the air out of the top. And then you have a container full of carbon dioxide, you see? So you wait an hour or so until all of the dry ice is melted, and then you seal the top. Those containers, plastic containers, have a rubber grommet around the top that seals it hermetically. That grain will stay good for like 5 or 10 years. That's how they store grain in commercial silos. The natural process of fermentation of the grain produces carbon dioxide. You ever seen those harvest store silos? The best silos in the business. That's the way they work. Natural fermentation of the grain produces carbon dioxide, which stops all of the pests and stuff like that. They all need oxygen. Even mold, mildew, any kind of insects, they all require oxygen. So they just let the thing fill up with carbon dioxide, and then it'll keep for years and years and years. So that's how you store grain. And you make ghee. We have a video on making ghee. You should make like gallons of ghee and just put it in big plastic containers and store it. Yeah, it's expensive, but there's going to be a time when you won't be able to get milk products at any price. And that ghee is going to save your intelligence, your brain. The fat in ghee is just the right size, for just the right type of fat for making brain cells, nerve cells. That's why milk products are so important. People who drink milk every day, people who take other milk products like cheese, and especially ghee is the best. They develop very sharp intelligence. And the reason is that the fat in cow's milk, not goat's milk, not olive oil, not any of those other oils, only cow's ghee. That's the best. So put up a supply of food, spend all your extra spare money, get your money out of the bank. Don't keep your money in the bank. The banks are going to fail. The dollar is going to go down. The dollar right now in the pesos, 15 Chilean pesos. Huh? You see the graph, it goes, yeah, in the last 2 days. Huh? So, you know, we foretold this. Huh? We told everybody a month ago, hey, we're going to raise our prices for our courses, our donations, suggested donations for our courses, because the dollar has lost almost 20% since we moved to Chile, which isn't that long ago, just last October. Huh? It's lost 20% of its value in Chilean pesos. And if you look at other currencies, you'll see about the same story. So the dollar is going down. Huh? You don't see that on the news, do you? Guess what? They don't want you to know. The dollar is going down, and it's going to go down more and more and more and more. Because everybody knows the U.S. was the cause of the global meltdown.